Go Skateboarding, the channel where we go skateboarding. And today I'm going to be teaching you how to shove it. Now, this is one of my favorite tricks. I also think it's one of the easiest tricks, but just because it's easy doesn't mean it's not hard to learn. So let's walk through it. Let's see if we can get POV. I don't know if that was on camera. Okay, so like most things, this is easier with momentum. And yes, I'm giving you a POV. I'm sorry if your stance is like this, but you're gonna have to learn how to translate. And if you're standing goofy and you don't understand that your back foot is the one that's on the tail, then that's a you problem, dude. It's not a me, oh, I made the video wrong, I didn't accommodate for goofy skaters. So yeah, you want to be able to skate, like roll around quite comfortably, get on and off your board quite safely. There's a good chance that you're going to fall over a few times learning this. If you've literally never done it before, then I want to say, like, just go for the low ones. I think that's the best place to start, is with the low ones. So the way that you would do that is you would roll along, or maybe you're stationary, maybe you're not quite there yet. You could start stationary, and then what you want to do is you want to take your back foot and you kind of want to do that, right? Then at the same time, you want to kind of jump forward with this foot. So, because if you're new and you're scared of shooting out, which is actually quite likely to happen when you're still, it's a lot easier to shoot out when you're not moving. When you've got momentum, it's a lot harder to shoot out. It's just a little scarier. So while you're rolling, you're less likely to shoot in an unpredictable direction because you're already traveling in one direction, which is why I always say practice moving if you can. If you can't, or you're scared, or you're going too slow, or you're like, I can't move and try this, then like, I would say that you're not comfortable enough riding your board. Like, if you can only go this fast and that feels too fast to you, then that just shows that you're uncomfortable. Like I said, you want to kind of take your back foot, sort of put it not necessarily in that pocket, but just hang your toes over just a little bit, and then it'll give you that. And then what you can do, stepped off your board, is you can do this. This is how it works, is you just gotta sort of pull your foot back. Don't try and think about it popping, and there's a reason for that. I'll explain that afterwards. And what you want to do is you want to get that sort of thing, take your back foot off and put your front foot on the board. So, like this. Yeah. And then when you're kind of got an idea of how hard you need to shove it to get the board all the way around, then let's say go stationary. Do this again. See where the board goes? It's gone in front of me. So what you want to do is you want to jump that way. You shove it and you watch where the board goes. You want to imagine your board jumping to where your board's going to go. So like, the board's here, but I'm going to imagine that it's going to go there, because that's probably where it's going to go, right? So I need to do the scooping thing while also jumping that way. So the key to jumping that way is you literally need to go like that and kick back at the same time. So you jump. So jump, you need to like hippie jump if it helps you feel like, you know, you've got both things in the air. And then when you're floating, sort of do the, you know, when you feel yourself actually in the air, kick back. That can, you know, you probably won't be able to get the scoop. You probably need to scoop a bit harder, and it's not really a scoop. It's kind of just more just kick back a little bit. Once your weight's off the board, it should come round. So yeah, jump forward and you'll find yourself on the board, sort of thing. The hardest thing is committing to actually jumping on the board, but you'll find that's all skate tricks. Like every skate trick, it's about committing to jumping where the board's actually going to go. Sending the board where you want it to go and jumping that way, you know, is something you do a little later. But once you get used to it, it's simple. It's really not that hard. I'll try and do a switch one for you. You goodies. Oh my word. I'm not used to doing this. See, I shot out backwards, but you'll get used to catching yourself. I mean, here's a switch one. So, yeah. Okay, so there's a reason that you don't want to pop this trick when you're learning it, is because it's a fast motion, but once you get it dialed, you can slow it down. It's easier to do something fast and then slow it down than it is to do something slow and try and speed it up. But when you pop this trick, it has more of a tendency to flip over. I know people, and I've seen people who are like, I'm trying to help them with their pop shove it, and they're like doing this. They're like, I'm like, dude, chill out, just keep it low. And they go, no, if I don't pop it, I'm doing it wrong. I'm like, no, you're learning backwards. Like, learn it the simple way, and then as you progress in ability and confidence, you can start adding that pop. Don't start trying to go like mad high with it. When you do that, there is more chance of it flipping over. So if you do it dead low, your board can't flip over. It doesn't have enough air, and like you realize that like you actually need a very, very little amount. It's just a timing thing. So if you just give it a little, just kick your leg back, and you'll be able to do it nice and low. Plus, I personally think they look better because when someone's going fast, this is what got me into skateboarding in the first place. Actually, I saw someone skating past my school, and like they were just rolling, and they just threw one of them in there. I didn't know what happened. Like I was looking at it like, what? Just like that blew my mind. Like a kickflip is just, yeah, it's cool, but that to me was like, I didn't even see the guy's feet move. So that I think that's so much cooler. However, obviously you are going to want to pop your shove it. So if you've got your shove it down, you can start slowing down what your back foot's doing. So instead of just trying to get it running as quick as possible, you do exactly the same thing. Take a little bit longer and give it a little more of a pop. And what you might want to do is put your foot more in the middle, so you can kind of pop it like an ollie. Once you've got that scraping motion down, it doesn't really matter where you pop it from, as long as you do that scraping motion, it will bring the board. So, and the slower you go, the higher it can go, and then you're kind of limited by the height you can bring your foot. So usually like, bring the board all the way up like that. The same thing goes for switch. You know, it's probably easier to do that, but that's one of the problems that's going to happen. You might land 90 and the board shoots out or whatever. You probably end up on your back a few times, but that's okay. You'll learn it. You'll get there, you know. But you will land on your back a few times, but you'll learn from falling how to adjust to falling. So if you're scared of falling, I'm sorry, but you need to fall. Falling teaches you how to fall better. So fall over. Find yourself somewhere smooth, comfortable, somewhere you feel safe, and fall over. Like somewhere concrete where falling isn't a big deal. Because I didn't have concrete, I had tarmac, and it hurts to fall on tarmac, but I still got up and continued falling. So yeah, I don't need to hear that excuse of I'm scared of falling over. You need to fall over to break that fear. You need to expose yourself to your fears in order to get over them. Just make sure that you're not being completely insane. Like if you're scared of a 20 set, it doesn't mean throw yourself down it and kill yourself. I am not responsible for what you do with any advice I give you. If you do something stupid, it's your own fault. You can't come to me and say, well, you told me to face my fears. Like, no, dude. You put yourself in serious danger. You know what you're doing. I think a good thing to keep in mind is to not overstate your ability. Like, just because you see someone doing something doesn't mean you should be able to do it also. And I don't mean you shouldn't be able to do it full stop. What I mean is like respect the fact that it takes time to learn things, and it takes everybody time to learn things. And if you learn it quickly, then you're lucky. You will eat shit. Even if you're good at skating, you're probably more likely to do it if you can do your reverts and your kick turns, all that sort of stuff. If you're good on your board and you know how to run out pretty well in pretty much any situation, then you'll be able to save yourself. But the only reason that is because you've probably had the experience falling over doing things that aren't shove-its. So you kind of need experience falling in order to fall better. So if you're one of those people who's like, I've never fell over and I want to do this, and then you fall over and go, oh my god, I fell over, I'm never skiing again, then like skating isn't for you, man, because skating is mostly just falling over. We just cut that shit out because like no one wants to watch, or maybe someone does want to watch a compilation of just falling over. I have often thought of the idea of uploading a video where I cut out all the makes and just leave all the bails in. But I feel like people wouldn't want to see that. But then You've Been Framed exists and they pay for you to put stuff in there, so You know, maybe I could send them a thing every week or every day of me falling over on my skateboard and make an absolute ton of money. Or you could subscribe and like the video and share with your friends and actually watch other content on this channel, and then I might get monetized and then I can make like 20 quid. But like 20 quid would be, you know, that's like almost a new pair of shoes. And yeah, before you get in the comments saying this guy's useless, I mean, there's millions of trick tips. Like, what possibly more can I add that Ride channel hasn't done, if it's even called that anymore, or Braille, or anybody else? What possibly more could I add, except for the fact of, because they sit there and explain exactly how to do the trick, but they don't explain what you're going to go through. They're not like, oh yeah, while this is happening, you might fall this way, you might fall that way. And then Slow-Mo Mike made this stuff when YouTube started. So like, if you want a fully ultimate comprehensive tutorial on how to do this with slow-mo and everything, you can just go back and watch Slow-Mo Mike and be like, damn, this guy was doing this when YouTube started, and now I'm here thinking maybe I can offer something with this. And I think the reality is that you should just not neglect your shove it, because for me it's the greatest feeling trick. Keep it low, don't even bother popping it. You want it chill, you want it relaxed, because that's how you develop confidence. If you can't relax and you can't feel chill doing something, you're you know, if and you're all tense, that's when you kind of tense up, and like you want to be flowy with skating and stuff like that, because it means if you tense up and you fall, that's when you get hurt, right? But if you are loose and you fall, that's when you roll out of it, that's when you survive, you know, that's when you're okay. So basically just try and keep it chill. And if you want the most condensed thing ever, just go and watch one of those videos that are like, put your foot here, scoop, pop, land balls, roll away clean. Like, go watch one of them. But I think it's more important to focus on the fact that you will fall over, you'll learn how to fall by doing it. It will not be easy, and if you do get it easy, awesome, but start doing it moving as soon as possible, because once you understand how it works moving, it's like the easiest trick ever, and it's the greatest feeling in skateboarding. In my personal opinion, there is nothing better than a low shove it. Like, a pop shove it looks cool and stuff, but it's just so much effort. I just like to just kind of whoop, and it's what keeps me coming back. It's what's kept me coming back forever. Like, when I couldn't do other tricks, I could do that, and that trick has what's kept me coming back for so long. So go out, do your shove its, don't hate them. Hate front shove it, because they're way harder, okay? They require so much more effort and so much more precision, and you'd think, oh, it's just the same but the other way. No, it's way harder, dude. So get out there and get your shove it and enjoy skateboarding. Yeah, see you in the next one. Bye. If you've got to the end and not subscribed, what are you doing?